Hey everybody, how's it going? So today we're going to be talking about testing ad creatives primarily for Facebook. So when we're getting started with a new client, we want to start testing creative. The first thing we want to do is be as scientific as possible. And what I mean by that is testing one variable at a time. So from the beginning, we're generally going to start with one audience. Typically it's, whatever we determine to be our kind of low hanging fruit, most likely to convert audience. We're looking for a couple 100,000 people in there probably. And all testing is going to take place with that one audience. And again, for the reason that we're trying to control as many variables as possible so that we're testing creative and not testing audience at the same time. So once we've got that audience, we're going to be setting up two campaigns, or more likely one campaign with two ad sets. One ad set's going to be dedicated towards the image testing or video testing. So in that situation, we're going to have probably 3 to 5 ads, one version of copy in all of those ads. And by copy, that's the same headline, the same copy, the same description, etc. Obviously, all going to the same landing page. And we're going to test 5 different images. Now, when we're testing images, we probably don't want to do images and videos together in that same ad set. We'll probably test videos separately in its own ad set at some point really early on also. But in this first test, testing images. Now, the images that we want to test, we're looking for totally different styles. We're not looking for different nuances by same ad with a different color background or a different call to action. So just totally different concepts, trying to determine what works in that first stage of testing. In parallel to that, we're going to do another ad set that's testing copy. So in that situation, we're going to pick one image version that we're going to test with, and then 5 different versions of copy and determine which one of those works. Now, by the end of this first test, which should take, 2 days probably to determine which one has the best results of the copy, which images have the best results. Hopefully we've got something that's standing out at that point as a winner within a couple of days. If that's the case, we'll take the winning copy, we'll take the winning image, we'll combine those together into one ad, and we'll test that with this same audience and see if it works well together. If it does, we'll start expanding, we'll test new audiences and determine how could we expand that to different audiences and figure out which audiences might work as well. In a situation where we didn't really have a standout copy or we didn't really have a standout image, then we'll just do the whole thing over again and we'll test another time until we have something that really feels like it's a winner to us and is starting to get conversion. In the beginning of things, we may be judging success based on a click-through rate or cost per click, but ultimately what we're trying to do is get to something we're getting the best price conversion, and ultimately down the road that we're getting the most revenue down funnel at the end of the sales cycle within that. Now, once we've gone through that first version of testing, we don't stop there, right? So if we've got a winning image, so that's when we might go to a process where we're going to start testing variations on that image. So if we've got a winning image where we could test the tagline, the copy that's in the image. We could test the background color. We could test the calls to action. We could test the color of the call to action, et cetera, et cetera. There's no end to variables that you could test within a given image. We'll also want to run an ad set where we're testing videos. Videos and images operate a little bit differently. So we're kind of, at least at the beginning stages, we're not going to group them together into the same ad set. But again, we can animate the winning image and turn that into a video ad. Or we might just have different videos that we want to run. But again, at the first stages of that testing, we want to test as many different concepts as possible, totally different styles, not just nuances of background color or something along those lines. And then continue that iterative process through the life of a campaign and a project. Whenever we work with a client, we try to test at least 5 new creatives every week. And on the copy side, a couple new versions every month of new copy. Generally, we find that we can go a long time not changing the copy as long as we're testing new images or videos on a frequent basis. But it is important that at least, every month or 2, we are changing up the copy as well, so that there's new message that someone who's seen our ad numerous times is getting a new message, new value proposition, new benefits, features, et cetera, that's coming across to them. So anyways, hope this helps. Testing is one of the most important pieces of a successful Facebook ad campaign, and is what we really spend the most of our time with. So any questions? Let me know. Thanks.